Ukon Vakat is a celebration of the thunder god and his power to fertilize the ground. Ukko is in the Finnish mythology the thunder god, and in the Baltic traditions and this he is the thunder god Perkunas. In Finnish, the old Finnish name for Ukko has been Perkele, and I think Thor and the group represent same character in other mythologies. He is the god of heavens, the god of thunder and lightning, the god of rain and weather. And he, during the Christian era then, when the Christian influence came to Finland, then he has been more called like the overlord or the lord of the heaven, or in general more connected to this like over god or highest god character. But previously, he was very much to do with this the character that was represented Ukko before Christianity was sometimes even described as the fiery eagle or the eagle of the skies. And thunder eagle would be a good translation. So yes, this is the power to strike, to ignite something, to get things going. And Ukko is often also called upon when we are performing a ritual and we want to get things started. And so he is the one who gives life, gives the first strike of life. And he is the giver of the rains, and Ukko has an axe that he strikes with and thus gives the beginning. And rainbows are connected to Ukko. They are said to be the arch of Ukko. They are connected to the horn of the Taurus. The bull. Of course, it's the Taurus season that very often we celebrate this Ukonvakka. But bull, the horn of the bull, and in general, the horn of sort of the heavenly rains is the rainbow has been represented in this. In Finnish we call it the arch of rain, and definitely in the Finnish tradition, this raising a glass and sort of raising the holy nectar again towards the skies has been a symbol of this. How would I say, the arch of the rain, or the horn of the bull that oozes life, oozes new life, and Ukonvakka is a celebration of this grail type of vessel, and Vakka actually means a vessel, a bucket, a basket, and also it refers to a drink, a grail. And it has also been connected to this when they were collecting taxes, sort of the amount of the tax that was given up of some specific event or some specific, harvest, for example. But it's a word that has been used in many ways. And Ukonvakka often refers to the grail. Ukonmallia also is another word for this same topic. And the celebration of this has to do with this. We call upon the Ukko to rain his fertilizing rain to the Vakka, to the ground that sort of is like the grail that holds this fertilizing rain and thus makes life, like a womb. When we have the seed comes to the womb and the egg is fertilized, and then this grail of womb starts growing new life. And in this Ukonvakka tradition, it is truly many marks talk about this fertilization, that also human beings have acted out this natural event that happens in this season, when the ground has melted after the winter, and now it's getting ready for the new season of growth, and thus we pray that the ukko sends his fertilizing rain and the growth can begin. And in the mythology, they talk about Ukko and Akka. Ukko, the heavenly thunder god, and Akka, the Mother Earth, the ground. And Maan Emo is very often what they refer to. And this Emma is also a word. It refers to mother, but it also refers to womb or the birthing channel of a female. And thus this is really, we call the ukko to fertilize the womb of the crown of earth. And human beings have in this celebration acted this out. And we do also represent the same eternal principles that these mythical folk tales tell. Another name for the spouse of ukko is Rauni. And Rauni is said to be very, how would I say, sparkly during this Ukon Vakka celebrations. It says that Rauni, Ukon Naini, which means the wife of Ukko, Pärskyi, Härskyi actually means be very lively, even sparkly, even fiery maybe. And then the Ukko pohjoisesta Pärskyi, which means sprinkled from the north. So this refers to this sort of, it can be lovemaking, but it can be also like a fiery interaction, almost like a fight. So these are the kind of interpretations that are given of these runes that deal with this Ukon Vakat. But nevertheless, it talks about a very strong interaction between these divine female and divine male. And it is sort of they call it hieros gamos, the original union, the original time of conception. And this is acted out every spring in these celebrations. And Rauni is also, some other names for her is Reunikka, and these names refer to Rowan. And Rowan plays a very vital role in these spring celebrations, in the sauna rituals of the summer, when the love bathing and fertilization bathing is done, when really, we want the people also that they are very fertile and producing offspring. They are healthy in their love life. Their fire of life is burning strong and their blood flows freely and powerfully. Rauni, the Pihlaja, Rowan, is the one who is called upon. She is said to sort of, that she is connected to pregnant woman or a pregnant maiden. And this is a really, of course, Rowan has these qualities to do with blood and heating up and sort of bringing out life. And the red berries and the beautiful white flowers, all this symbolism also sort of gives us clues of her power. And Pihlaja has been a very sacred tree in the Finnish tradition. And they have had Rowan growing on the yard, and they say that if Rowan grows and likes your yard, then no thunder will break your house. And yes, Rowan is the spouse of oak. Oak, which is the tree of the Ukko, and Rowan is the tree of Akka or Rauni, Ukko's spouse, Ukko's wife. And she has been considered a very healing tree, a sacred tree, and a lot of this healing worship and healing offerings have been done under her shelter. And in the sauna, she definitely plays a vital role when it comes to the midsummer celebrations. Rowan is there to decorate, but also for the bathing. Oh, such a soft touch, like the little palms of the forest are just caressing you. And really, Rowan brings out that like the Taurus season in astrology, it is all about that, really sensuality and waking up that love that has been dormant during the winter. So Rowan truly does that. And these Ukonvakka celebrations have happened often during the spring, because that is the time you want this fertilizing rain to rain down upon the ground. And this is the same season that we celebrate the Helajuhlat, which are the celebrations of the fire of life. So truly, now is the season that we raise our glasses to celebrate. We sort of put our offerings up to the skies and celebrate the god of skies, the god of thunder, Ukko, and thus have this Mother Earth, our Akka, to be very nicely fertilized, and thus we have our summer growth to come. And also, of course, Ukko has been his praises have been sung also later on during then when it's harvest time, because then you don't want too much rain. So Ukko, of course, has been sort of the lord of the weathers. And when the season to plow the fields is upon, Ukonvakat is a good moment to stop and really raise your glass and fill your holy grail, your womb of life, with this fertilizing rain of Ukko. And in Finnish they say, Ukon voima taivosesta, maasta maan emosen voima.